Hello, good evening, and welcome to Sisters High School. It is the nightcap here at the Sisters Shootout, and the Henley boys basketball team faces off with Junction City in a rematch of last year's state tournament third place game, but the Hornets will be doing so severely shorthanded. I'm Matt Bowling here with you on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Pregame show. On the other side of this break, we will get more into the Hornets' shorthandedness right after this.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it, but the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week, and soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes, and then going Saturdays, I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband, and all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Once again, we want to welcome you to Sisters High School, where Henley is facing Junction City here in the nightcap of day 2 of the Sisters Shootout. Hornets, however, are severely shorthanded. They lost Marcus McCready due to a practice injury on Wednesday. He did not play yesterday in Henley's 54-49 loss to Madras. TJ Chavez, meanwhile, was playing yesterday for the first time since he was injured against Marist Catholic on December 8th. He proceeded to re-injure himself in that game, so Henley now, according to head coach Luke Hammond, is down to a 7-man rotation. They will see Joe Janney for the first time this season. He was injured right after football season, unable to play until now. We are right about 5 minutes to tip off here at Sisters High School. Again, Henley losing 54-49 to Madras yesterday. Meanwhile, Junction City beating Banks, 3A Banks that is, 64-40 yesterday for their 5th straight win. Hornets, after that 54-49 loss to Madras, have now lost back-to-back games. They haven't lost 3 in a row since the 2019-20 season, and they will have a very tall task ahead of them, both literally and figuratively, if they want to avoid matching that number. We'll take another break. Tip-off on the other side. I'm Matt Bowling. You're watching Henley basketball on mybasin.com and listening on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it, but the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week, and soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes, And then going Saturdays, I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, the retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
In their home white uniforms tonight, Junction City in their road maroons. We alluded going into the break to the height disadvantage that Henley will be at tonight. With the absences of Marcus McCready and TJ Chavez, the Hornets have two players listed at 6'3" or taller on their roster. Junction City has 6. It's going to be Owen Harper against Grant Barnes. Or, no, excuse me, that's Kevon Riley to take the tip-off. And the Hornets win it. It's Aiden Hayes bringing it up court. He is guarded and has it taken away from him by Levi Walker. And that's going to be a walk-in layup. Junction City goes up 2-0, 7:45 to go in the first quarter. Hayes bringing it back up court. Hands it to Luke Bennett at the top of the key. Bennett drives. The floater is good. And the Hornets pull back even. 2-all with 7.5 to go in the first quarter. This is Cooper Rothenberger holding it near midcourt on the right side. Gets it over to Jack Gamby, dribbling it into the left slot. Riley on the right wing. Kicks it into the corner now along the baseline. They throw it down low to Rothenberger, and he pops up and lays it in. 4-2, Junction City leads, 7:05 to go in the first quarter. Hayes driving, tried the scoop shot, it would not fall. Rothenberger rebounds it and brings it back up court. At the top of the key, it's Jack Gamby. On the right elbow, Levi Walker sends it back out to Riley. Gamby up top. Throws it to Rothenberger in the paint. Rothenberger powering his way to the basket but can't finish. Rebounded by Bryson Montag, and he hands it to Chris Janney, who brings it across the half-court line. Janney dribbling it onto the left side, hands it to Aiden Hayes. Hayes feeds Montag in the right short corner. Now they get it back up top to Chris Janney. Janney drives and draws a foul on the floor. It's on Jack Gamby. That is his first, and the first foul of the game. So Aiden Hayes will come to inbound on the left side of the baseline. Guarded by Walker. Hayes looking, throws it up top to Bennett. Bennett, head fake, dribbles, drives, puts it up from the left block and misses. Rebound comes to Riley, hands it to Rothenberger. Rothenberger over to Avery Thomas on the left wing. Now back to Gamby. On the left block, Rothenberger kicks it out to Riley in the right slot. Left slot now, Gamby. Right wing, Rothenberger. Up top, Thomas. Riley up top, kicks it to Jack Gamby. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Junction City has to hurry here. Rothenberger will drive and pull up from the free throw line, but can't connect. Luke Bennett grabs the rebound, and the Hornets come back up court, still trailing 4-2 with 5:30 to go in the first quarter. Bennett at the top of the key. Right corner, Aiden Hayes. Hayes drives, feeds Harper along the baseline. He retreats to the left corner. Cross-court pass to Chris Janney. Pass into the paint to Owen Harper results in a foul on Junction City. It's against Avery Thomas, and that is the second foul of the quarter on the Tigers as Tylen Franks checks in for Kevon Riley. Pass got away from Bennett, but he's able to recover it right at the midcourt line, very narrowly avoiding a backcourt violation. He's double-teamed and turns it over. Franks sends it over to Rothenberger, and wide open for a layup from the right side is Levi Walker. 6-2, Junction City leads with 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Hayes driving right lane the other way, tried to go underneath and could not connect. Taken the other way by Cooper Rothenberger, guarded closely by Bryson Montag. Over to Gamby. This is Avery Thomas going up in the right lane, and he will head to the free throw line. Well, another something else that's going to make this game so tough for Henley is the strength of this Junction City team. All but one of the players on this Tigers roster were on the football roster as the Tigers advance to the state quarterfinals this season, where they lost to Henley. So rematch for a lot of these guys, as Henley also has some players on that team, most notably Chris Janney, Luke Bennett, and Bryson Montag. In the words of Henley head coach Luke Hammond, these guys clearly know where the weight room is. It's 7-2 now with 4:22 to go, as Tigers went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Officials are conferring with the scorers table, maybe trying to get the shot clock right. They're adjusting it to 30 seconds. As Luke Bennett brings it across half court. Onto the right wing, guarded tightly by Franks. Throws it into Montag on the right block. Montag able to get around Rothenberger and get the shot off, but could not capitalize. He saves it from going out of bounds, but sends it right to Rothenberger, who sends it to Tylen Franks in the left corner and gets it back. Now it's Gamby up top, Levi Walker on the right wing, back up top to Franks. Rothenberger. This is Thomas, sends it up top to Walker. Gamby thought about a three from the left slot. Instead, he drives, spins, and loses it. Montag the other way. Montag's going to try to take it the distance, but can't convert on the layup. They fight for it underneath. Bennett comes away with it, finds his way to the basket, and draws a foul. 3:31 to go. Henley trailing 7-2. Luke Bennett will shoot free throws. Bennett had a nice stat line yesterday against Madras. 13 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals as he makes the first free throw there. Second one won't fall, so it's 7-3. Junction City leads, 3:28 to go in the first quarter as Cooper Rothenberger brings it across midcourt. Over to Gamby on the left wing. Back up top to Walker. Gamby, left side. Up to Franks at the top of the key. Back to the left side. Gamby brings it, drives through the right lane. Nice feed to Avery Thomas on the left side, and he cashes in. It's 9-3 Junction City with 3 minutes to go in the first. Hayes, Lane Frank in the right corner. A three drops. And Henley back to within one possession. 9-6, 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Rothenberger chucks it down low to Avery Thomas, and he cashes in easily. 11-6 Junction City. 2:38 to go in the first. Hayes spins, gets fouled on the floor at the free throw line. That's the fourth foul of the quarter on Junction. No, fifth foul on Junction City. So even though it was on the floor, it will be free throws for Aiden Hayes. Hayes had 7 points against Madras yesterday. And he makes the first free throw here. Kevon Riley checking back in for Junction City as Levi Walker takes a seat. Hayes makes the second free throw, so Henley back to within 3. 11-8 with 2:34 to go in the first quarter. Passed quickly down low to Franks, but it's blocked. Luke Bennett gets the ball and gives it to Hayes, who brings it across half court. Now Hayes at the top of the key, has it smacked out of his hands by Riley. Riley picks it up off the floor and charges the other way, misses the layup. Batted around, comes to Franks. He loses it to Aiden Hayes. So Henley has possession. Outlet pass up to Harper. Harper barreling through the lane, and he is fouled. Another trip to the free throw line coming up for Henley. Owen Harper, who had a double-double against Madras yesterday, 13 points, 12 rebounds, along with 2 steals. He makes the first free throw. Joe Janney will check in now for the first time tonight, and for the first time this season. He replaces his older brother, Chris, as Junction City brings in Levi Barnes, with 1 free throw still to come for Owen Harper. He makes it, so Henley within 1. 11-10, 2:04 to go in the first quarter. Again, Hornets severely shorthanded, playing without Marcus McCready and TJ Chavez. Rothenberger brings it across half court, sends it to Gamby at the top of the key. Rothenberger on the right elbow, turns, shoots, misses off the front of the rim, rebound heading out of bounds. The referee just signaled for a jump ball? Everyone is confused. Now he points for Henley ball. Nobody's quite sure why they called the jump ball. Luke Hammond is going to talk to the official. Now they've changed it to Junction City ball. So Jack Gamby's going to inbound on the left side of the baseline. No look inbound to Rothenberger. Puts it up from point blank range and misses. Gamby gets the rebound, gets it to Kevon Riley. They retreat to the top of the key with Rothenberger. Now over to Riley on the right wing. Gives it to Gamby. Gamby charging through the right lane. Puts it up over Bennett and gets it to go. 13-10, Junction City leads inside a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Montag's pass intended for Joe Janney was almost intercepted, but instead knocked out of bounds. Luke Bennett to inbound. Gets it to Joe Janney. Over to Lane Frank. Luke Bennett, right corner three, won't go. Rebounded by Rothenberger. Rothenberger, guarded by Lane Frank at the top of the key, gets it over to Grant Barnes. Now Rothenberger gets it back, hands it to Gamby. Still around the top of the key are the Tigers. Now in the left corner is Barnes. Back up towards the top of the key, Rothenberger. Gamby, right wing. Top of the key, Franks. Left corner, Rothenberger. 9 seconds left. Gamby pulls the top of the key three, and bang! Junction City goes up 16-10, 45 to go in the first quarter. This is Hayes, guarded by Riley, gets it to Frank. Frank dishes it to Bennett from the right block. Pump fakes and misses. Outlet pass way ahead to Kevon Riley. Could not connect. Rothenberger letting it fly there. He was Junction City's quarterback this season, so you might see him send a few down a long ways tonight. That time it was tipped out. It'll stay with the Tigers. It comes to Rothenberger off the inbound on the left wing. Gamby in the left corner rather. Franks, right slot. Up top, Gamby. Gamby drives through the left lane and puts it in off the glass. Junction City now out to an 8-point lead, 18-10, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Montag dribbles it in from the left corner, kicks it to Janney. Right slot three won't go for Luke Bennett, and that is how we will end the first quarter. Junction City 18, Henley 10. We'll be right back. I'm Matt Bowling. You're listening to Henley Basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and watching on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Welcome back. As we get ready to start the second quarter, it's Junction City with an 18-10 lead over Henley. This is a rematch of last season's third-place game at the OSAA tournament. Junction City won that 64-56. This year the Tigers are 10-1. Henley, meanwhile, coming into this matchup 6-3 as Aiden Hayes brings it up to the top of the key where he hands it to Janney. Janney tried to hand it off to Bennett, but a foul was called as Tylen Franks came in, tried to steal it. First foul of the second quarter. So Janney will inbound it. Chris Janney, that is, as we've got two Jannies playing for the first time tonight. Inbounds was tipped to Luke Bennett near the midcourt line. He recovers it, looking to drive. Bennett through the right lane. Shot wouldn't go. Rebounded by Montag and sent out Harper, who missed it. Rebounded by Rothenberger and brought back up the court. They send it into the left corner, back up top, Rothenberger. Around the horn they go. Barnes, Rothenberger drives in from the left block and through 3 defenders gets a bucket. 20-10, Tigers on top, 7:17 to go in the second quarter. Hayes driving on the left side, tried a bounce pass that was tipped and taken away. Junction City the other way. Rothenberger on the right side. Hands it to Gamby, who pulls a 3 and misses short. Rebound is tipped out of bounds by Kevon Riley. It'll go back to Henley. Luke Bennett to inbound to Aiden Hayes as they bring it back up the court. Hayes at the top of the key. Pass nearly intercepted as Bennett sent it back to him. Now they give it to Janney, who kicks it to Bennett in the left corner. 3 comes up too long. Rebounded by Janney, back up top. And a floater driving in for Aiden Hayes. And Luke Hammond calls a timeout. We'll take it with him. I'm Matt Boley, trailing 20-12 with 6:35 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to Henley Basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and watching on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back. Coming out of the timeout, Henley trailing Junction City 20-12 with 6:35 to go in the second quarter. It will be Tigers ball. Junction City, the #1 team in 4A according to the OSAA computer rankings. They've looked the part early, but Henley hanging in there, down 2 players. Working with a 7-player rotation according to Luke Hammond. Junction City with it up top. Gamby throws it down low to Rothenberger. Turnaround shot misses off the right side of the backboard. Rebounded and given to Aiden Hayes, who brings it up to the left slot. Guarded tightly by Riley. Hands it to Chris Janney. Over to Harper in the right corner. Harper's pass intercepted at the top of the key by Riley. And Kevon Riley stops at the right elbow. Gets it back at the top of the key after passing to Tylen Franks. And he retreats back to near midcourt, looking to get something set up offensively. Now he hands it to Cooper Rothenberger, who sends it over to Jack Gamby. Rothenberger at the free throw line, shakes Montag, and gets the roll in off the front of the rim. 22-12, Junction City leads with 5.5 to go in the first half. Chris Janney at the top of the key. Looking to pass. Hands it to Bennett, still at the top of the key. Bennett driving. Bennett through 2 defenders, gets the jumper to fall. 22-14, Junction City still ahead, 5:10 to go in the second quarter. Kevon Riley on the right sideline. Sends it to Tylen Franks in the right corner. Back up top, it's Jack Gamby. Gamby pulls up from the left elbow and connects. 24-14, Junction City, 4:50 to go in the half. Hayes hands it to Bennett at the top of the key. Bennett tries to drive in the right lane. He spins and draws a foul. It's the second of the quarter called against Junction City. Henley has yet to be called for one. Hornets will inbound in front of the Tigers bench. It'll be Luke Bennett. Bennett throws it into Harper at the top of the key. Dribbles into the right slot. Right corner 3 for Bennett is good. Henley back within 7, 24-17, 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Up top, it's Jack Gamby, guarded by Chris Janney. Sends it over to Riley on the right side. Riley sends it into Rothenberger. Rothenberger dribbles in the paint. Now back up top. Riley pulls a 3. misses off the back rim, and it's rebounded in the left corner by Bennett, who throws it right back to Riley, back up to Rothenberger. Left side three for Jack Gamby. Henley screaming for a travel. Luke Hammond is apoplectic, as is most of the Henley side. What they feel should have been a travel turned into an and one. And Jack Gamby will head to the free throw line. Or maybe not an and one. They have not added any points to the scoreboard. Free throw misses. Now they add the points. It's 26-17. Henley trailing, 4:03 to go in the half. At the free throw line, Chris Janney. Hayes on the left side. Harper almost had it stolen from him. Gets it to Hayes in the left corner. He dribbles in, wide open for the bucket. Nobody stopped him there. And Henley back within 7, 26-19 in the second quarter. 3:35 to go in the second quarter. Kevon Riley on the right side. They dish it down low in the right corner. A three won't go for Rothenberger, and it's rebounded by Aiden Hayes. Hayes kicks it over to Bennett on the left wing. Hands it to Chris Janney. Janney drives, puts it up, and one! Chris Janney with a tough take, and he can pull Henley back within 4 here. Joe Janney getting set to check in. He checks in for Owen Harper. So the Janney brothers will share the court for the first time tonight as Chris gets set to take the free throw. He makes it. So Henley within 26-22, 3:10 to go in the second quarter. And Chris Janney immediately checks out for Lane Frank. I may have spoken too soon as far as him sharing the court with Joe. Up top, Gamby. On the left side, Franks. Left corner, Barnes. Left wing, they send it into Rothenberger on the left block. He kicks it out to Kevon Riley in the right corner, who misses a three. It's rebounded by Luke Bennett. Bennett, outlet pass to Franks, and he lays it in uncontested. 26-24, Junction City. The Tigers' lead has been cut to 2. 2:33 to go in the first half. Tylen Franks on the left wing, guarded by Lane Frank. Gamby up top, hands it to Kevon Riley on the right side. Right corner, Barnes. Rothenberger dispossessed. It comes to Jack Gamby, who is fouled. Ball was poked out of Rothenberger's hands and came right to Gamby, and they called a foul on Henley. So Gamby will inbound. Foul count is now 3-2 in favor. Oh, what a block! Joe Janney! And he almost had another one. What a way to make a season debut. A huge block for Joe Janney, but Hayes loses the ball, picks it back up near midcourt. And a big mistake there for Hayes. Dribbled it back over the line. And now a technical foul has been called on Henley. It's on Aiden Hayes. Clearly the referee did not like his reaction to the backcourt call. Henley didn't think it should have been called because the ball was tipped. Chris Janney getting set to check back in as Jack Gamby makes the first technical free throw. And the second one goes. It's should be a 28-24 lead for Junction City. Scoreboard still says 27-24. Minute 55 to go in the first half. Henley wanted to travel on Gamby at the left elbow, and now Luke Hammond has been teed up. They have added a point for Junction City, so 28-24 the score is, with Jack Gamby headed back to the line for 2 more technical free throws. 28-24, Junction City leads, a minute 53 to go in the first half. Gamby makes it. So back-to-back technicals on Henley after back-to-back calls that they really did not agree with. Well, first one was a call, second one was a non-call. Junction City now up 30-24 after Gamby cashes in on both technical free throws. A minute 50 to go in the second quarter. They throw it to Rothenberger in the paint. Rothenberger out to Tylen Franks on the left wing, who hits a three. 33-24 Junction City, a minute 40 to go in the second quarter. Joe Janney up top, gives it to Chris Janney on the right wing. Chris Janney dribbles in, slips, and he gets called for a travel. Some tough breaks for Henley here over the past couple minutes. Riley brings it across half court onto the right side. Gamby up top. Franks on the left wing. Sends it to Rothenberger on the left elbow. He fires it over to Riley in the right corner. Riley, oh man. Kevon Riley just shook Lane Frank and pulled up for 2. 35-24 as Chris Janney can't answer on the other end. It's tipped out of bounds. It will be Junction City ball, 59.7 seconds on the clock. Kevon Riley bringing it up the court for the Tigers. In the right corner, Grant Barnes. They fire it quickly to Rothenberger on the right elbow, and he's fouled. Gamby to inbound. No, it's going to be free throws for Cooper Rothenberger, as that's the 5th foul called on Henley this quarter. Cooper Rothenberger misses the first free throw off the back of the rim. We mentioned he was the quarterback for the Junction City football team this fall in the state quarterfinal game against Henley. He went 10 of 14 for 111 yards and a touchdown, running a kind of wing T offense that the Tigers ran. He missed both free throws, so it's still 35-24 Junction City, 33 seconds to go, but the Tigers did get the rebound. Now up at the top of the key is Jack Gamby. He fires it into Rothenberger on the left elbow. Rothenberger, a behind-the-back bounce pass to a cutting Riley. They were looking for the back door. Riley couldn't quite corral it. It went out of bounds. It'll be Henley ball. 23 seconds to go as Aiden Hayes checks back in for Joe Janney. Harper in to Luke Bennett. Bennett throws it to Hayes at the free throw line. Out to Lane Frank on the left wing. He pulls up, misses the three. Rebound by Chris Janney, but it's blocked by Riley. Rothenberger dribbling up, loses the ball but gets fouled. 4.8 seconds on the clock. 2 more free throws coming for Cooper Rothenberger. Junction City up 35-24. In addition to football and basketball, Rothenberger also competes in shot put, discus, and javelin. and misses his third straight free throw. Rothenberger misses again. 3 seconds to go. Henley has to shoot. Bennett from beyond half court comes up short, and that is how we will end the first half. Junction City 35, Henley 24. I'm Matt Bowling. We'll be back with some halftime stats. You're watching Henley basketball on mybasin.com and listening on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Introducing Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's start here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Only 24 here at halftime of the nightcap at the Sisters Shootout. Henley was within 2 of the number 1 team in 4A with 2.5 minutes to go in the half. Tigers, though, outscored the Hornets 9-0 over those final 2.5 minutes. They were assisted by back-to-back technical fouls against Henley after first Aiden Hayes, then Luke Hammond reacted to some calls in a way that the official did not care for. Take a look at the scoring for both teams. First for Junction City, it's Jack Gamby leading the Tigers. He has he's got 13 points if I'm adding it up correctly here. He's followed by Cooper Rothenberger, who's got 6. Levi Walker, or Avery Thomas has 5. Levi Walker has 4. Tylen Franks has 3. And Kevon Riley has 2. Gamby has been pretty reliable for Junction City so far. He scored 7 points in the first quarter and added 8 in the second. So he's actually got 15 points for the Tigers. He shot all 4 of their technical free throws in the second quarter. So definitely helpful to get those stats up a little bit for him. Meanwhile, you look at Henley, and it's Luke Bennett with 8 points to lead the Hornets. Aiden Hayes has 6. Lane Frank has 5. Chris Janney has 3. And Owen Harper has 2. Henley, despite being down Marcus McCready and TJ Chavez, 1 starter and 1 valuable rotation player. Both guys, the 2 tallest players on the roster, actually. Marcus McCready at 6'7", TJ Chavez at 6'4". And we mentioned in pregame, without those 2 guys, Henley has just 2 players listed at 6'3" or taller on the active roster. Junction City has 6. Still, though, the Hornets hanging fairly tough. They've got a long way to go if they want to get back into it. Down 9 as we get ready to start the second half. We got one more break to take. We'll be right with the second half here at Sisters High School. I'm Matt Bowling. You're watching Henley Basketball on mybasin.com and listening on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Introducing Smith's Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the second half. Henley trailing 35-24. Owen Harper will inbound it to Aiden Hayes, and away we go. Montag. Harper. Janney puts it up and in. Riley. Rothenberger. Riley. Rothenberger kicks it to Walker, who misses from point-blank range. And we welcome you back as the second half already in progress. Luke Bennett misses a pull-up from the free throw line. Henley trailing 35-26 after a Chris Janney bucket to start things off. We are inside 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rothenberger drives, misses off the glass, but the rebound and the putback by Avery Thomas. 37-26, Tigers ahead, 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Bennett up top, hands it to Hayes, dribbles onto the right wing. Chris Janney brings it back up top, kicks it to Owen Harper on the left wing. Janney, top of the key, three, won't fall. Rebound tipped out to him at the free throw line. The floater won't go either. Rebounded by Harper, and he is fouled going up for the putback. Owen Harper to shoot two for Henley. Hornets trying to mount a comeback against the number one Tigers as first free throw is good. Second free throw misses off the front of the rim. It's rebounded by Walker, and away come the Tigers. Riley up to Rothenberger on the right wing. Top of the key, Gamby. Left wing, Thomas. Top of the key, Walker. Riley pulls up from the free throw line and connects. Kevon Riley puts Junction City up 39-27, 6:03 to go in the third quarter. Bennett's pass almost stolen. They fire it down low and back out. Owen Harper from the right wing. Pass recovered by Bennett outside. Sends it down to Aiden Hayes, who dribbles it in from the left corner. Contested layup won't fall, but it was rebounded out of bounds. So Henley will get the ball back. Hayes to inbound. Over to Montag in the left corner. Up top, Harper. Bennett, left corner three, off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Harper on the right side. From the right block, powers through for a bucket. 39-29, Junction City still on top. 5:27 to go in the third quarter. Up to Kevon Riley on the right wing. Rothenberger, back to Riley, right slot. Rothenberger, right corner. Cross-court pass to Gamby, left wing. Rothenberger wide open underneath. All the Henley defenders had their heads turned. Rothenberger was able to sneak in there for the bucket. 41-29, Junction City, 5 minutes to go in the third. Aiden Hayes in the left slot to Chris Janney in the left corner. Janney looking for options, sends it to Montag, left short corner, dribbles it back out. Up top, Janney is fouled on the drive. Second foul of the quarter on Junction City. Henley has yet to be called for one. Aiden Hayes to inbound on the left side. Hayes throws it way up top. It's intercepted, but not cleanly. It bounces to Montag. Now Hayes in the right corner. Montag, right slot. Bennett up top, charges in, right lane, and he's called for an offensive foul. Henley can't believe it. I'm not exactly sure what Bennett did to earn that charge. There is the first foul of the quarter on Henley. It's now 2-1 in favor of Junction City as a pull-up from the right short corner won't fall, and it's rebounded by Owen Harper and sent up to Luke Bennett. Bennett finds a cutting Hayes in the paint, and he's fouled on the floor. Evens the foul count at 2-2. And I think somebody on. So Kevon Riley just got teed up for Junction City. He got he was called for the foul. And that's the third technical these refs have issued tonight, first on Junction City. They have not responded well to any dissent. So Bennett makes both technical free throws. That makes it 41-31. 4:14 to go in the third quarter. Luke Bennett is going to come inbound at midcourt. Good chance for Henley to really cut into the lead here. Hayes brings it across. Hayes hands it to Bennett, the top of the key. Bennett drives, and he's fouled. That is going to be the fifth foul of the quarter on Junction City. So with 4:04 to go, Henley is in the bonus. Free throws coming for Luke Bennett. First one misses as Grant Barnes checks in for Avery Thomas, and Lane Frank checks in for Chris Janney. One free throw still to come for Luke Bennett. And he misses. Rebounded by Junction City. Rothenberger, outlet pass to Gamby. Gamby throws it to Walker in the paint. The turnaround is good off the glass. 43-31, Tigers on top. 3:50 to go in the third quarter. Hayes fires it right underneath to Harper, who answers. 43-33, 3:40 to go in the third quarter. Gamby on the right slot. Out on the left wing is Franks. He gets it to Barnes in the left corner. Barnes is double teamed, gets it down along the baseline. Reverse layup, no good for Rothenberger. And a foul on the rebound. Some more free throws coming for Henley. It's going to be Owen Harper. No, it won't. It'll be Aiden Hayes. Two free throws for the senior. First one is good. Henley missed 4 free throws in the final 2.5 minutes of their 54-49 loss to Madras yesterday, and they missed another one there. Hornets are going to need all the points they can get if they want to work their way back into this one. They trail 43-34, 3:07 to go in the third. Rothenberger at the top of the key gives it to Tylen Franks on the left wing. Now it's Grant Barnes. Almost had it stolen at the top of the key. Gamby dribbles into the right short corner. Back out to Rothenberger on the right wing. He pulls a three and cashes in. Perhaps a bit of a heat check there from Cooper Rothenberger. And Aiden Hayes is called for a charge on the other end. Junction City leads 46-34, 2:43 to go in the third quarter. I was going to say Rothenberger pulled a heat check, and his temperature is still pretty high. Hayes with a nice play, firing it off of Levi Walker as it went out of bounds. So that gets Henley the ball back. They are still down 12, 46-34, 2:30 to go in the third. Lane Frank up top, and Junction City called for the foul. That'll send Lane Frank to the free throw line. He had 7 points yesterday against Madras. The referees are going to confer here. Not sure what this is about. Well, whatever it is has been resolved quickly, so Lane Frank will shoot his free throws. First one rattles in. And the second one is also good. So it's 46-36, Junction City, 2:26 to go in the third, and Luke Hammond has called a timeout. We'll take 1-2. I'm Matt Bowling. You're listening to Henley Basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and watching on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
46-36, Junction City on top, 2:26 to go in the third quarter coming out of this Henley timeout. Hornets trailed by 9 at the half. And they've played the Tigers pretty evenly so far this quarter, but they're going to need to do more if they want to climb back into this game. Tylen Franks on the left wing. He's doubled and gets it to Jack Gamby up top. Walker quickly kicks it out to Franks. Back to Franks. He's bumped by Montag. And that's an easy foul call for the officials. It's the third of the quarter on Henley. Hornets are already in the bonus. They've been in the bonus for some time. Inbound to Gamby. Brings it up towards the top of the key. Kicks it to Walker on the free throw line. He turned and sent it into the paint, but it was tipped out of bounds. Rothenberger could not receive it cleanly. It's Henley ball. Aiden Hayes quickly up the court at the top of the key. Dribbles onto the right elbow. Hands it to Lane Frank. Frank on the left elbow sends it to Owen Harper, who's bumped. And he will head to the free throw line. He can get this back to within single digits. Joe Janney getting set to check back in for Henley. This is his first game of the season. He was unable to play before now because he was injured. Quarterback of Henley's state championship football team, as Harper misses the second free throw. 46-37, Henley trailing, 1:33 to go in the third quarter. Gamby on the right wing. Hands it to Rothenberger. He dribbles to the top of the key, gets it to Tylen Franks on the left side. Gamby right wing, hands it to Rothenberger. Rothenberger charging in, misses the shot. They fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Henley ball. Lane Frank. Luke Bennett on the left side. Back up top to Frank. Joe Janney brings it in from the right corner, kicks it to Luke Bennett, who misses a left corner three. It's rebounded by Walker. And the outlet pass from Rothenberger up to Gamby. Might have dribbled it off of his own foot, and it goes to Henley as the ball went out of bounds. Bennett inbounding to Harper. Bennett at the top of the key to Joe Janney in the right slot. Hands it to Frank at the top of the key. Over to Harper on the right side. Harper is fouled. So that sends Owen Harper back to the free throw line. As Chris Janney gets set to check back in for Henley. Harper misses a free throw. Henley has to convert on these opportunities if they want to get back into this game. Chris Janney in for Bennett as Harper makes the second free throw. Hornets within 8, 46-38, 38.6 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tylen Franks guarded by Lane Frank on the left side to Rothenberger at the top of the key. Rothenberger turns, charges, misses the layup off the front of the rim. They get it up to Joe Janney. Janney brings it across half court, loses a handle, gets it to Chris Janney on the right side. Chris Janney back up towards the top of the key, hands it to Lane Frank. In the right corner, Joe Janney. Right wing, Lane Frank. Pass intercepted by Rothenberger. Tigers have numbers. Rothenberger is fouled, and they're going to call that an intentional foul on Chris Janney. Oh, will they count the basket? They haven't added it to the scoreboard yet. I don't think they're not gonna count the basket, it looks like, but Rothenberger will shoot. Now the referees are gonna come together, I think, to discuss whether or not the basket should have been counted. They're not gonna count the basket. It's 2 free throws for Rothenberger. 4.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. Rothenberger makes the first one. And misses the second. So it's 47-38, 4.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. Well, both the Henley and Junction City sides are not very happy with the officials tonight. Inbound to Rothenberger, and he converts on the contested layup. And that is how we will end the first. Wow. Lane Frank chucked it from full court at the buzzer. It was caught by a man holding a baby. Pretty clean reception. Really good. Wow. You can see him there on the live stream. Yeah, let's get him a little airtime. That's it's kind of like what you see that happen sometimes at baseball games, but I'd say it's a lot harder to do with a basketball. Either way, Junction City up 49-38 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Well, I'm Matt Bowling. You're listening to Henley Basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and watching on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
As we start the fourth quarter, Henley down 11 to Junction City, 49-38. Tigers with possession. Grant Barnes up top, Tylen Franks left wing. Back up top to Barnes. Now Franks in the left corner. Levi Walker guarded tightly by Chris Janney. Sends it back to Franks. Franks now back to Walker. Top of the key, Grant Barnes. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Back door. That ball just got away from Riley, but it comes down to Levi Walker who puts it in. 51-38, Tigers lead, 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter, and Henley's called for a travel. Well, outside of the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the first half, during which Henley was outscored 9-0, the Hornets have played Junction City fairly evenly, missing 2 important rotation players. Marcus McCready, their starting big man, and TJ Chavez, who's been a valuable bench player, as Rothenberger puts it up in the paint and comes up short. Rebounded by Chris Janney, given to Aiden Hayes, who brings it back up. Luke Bennett on the right wing, sends it into Owen Harper. Harper has it swiped away from him. They throw it ahead to Kevon Riley, and Riley will just lay it in. 53-38, Junction City, 6:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Chris Janney throws into Aiden Hayes up top, or in the left corner rather, is Lane Frank, who misses a three. Chris Janney comes streaking in to get the rebound and the putback and converts. 53-40, Henley trails. That's what the scoreboard should say, as Luke Hammond calls another timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Or it's 55-40. I think that's actually my mistake. No, it wasn't my mistake. It was their mistake. They've gone back to 53. 53-40. Junction City leads. 6:30 to go in this game. Tylen Franks will inbound for the Tigers, who are 10-1 on the season. Their only loss was to 5A Redmond in the opening round of the Les Schwab South Coast Holiday Tournament on December 14th. Panthers won that game 41-34. And the 10-1 record has earned them the #1 ranking in 4A, according to the OSAA computers. Now they have it in the front court with Levi Walker in the right corner. They go over back to the right corner. Rothenberger takes it in and gets the and one. That makes it 55-40 with a chance to add to it. Well, I just mentioned how Henley had played Junction City fairly evenly outside of a 9-0 stretch in the final 2.5 minutes of the second quarter. It seems the Hornets are starting to run out of gas, though, as Junction City's lead is now 56-40 after Rothenberger makes the free throw. 5:50 to go in the game. Hayes pulls up from the left short corner and misses. But they get it out to Grant Barnes, who traveled. Lane Frank, will inbound. Aiden Hayes, Chris Janney in the left slot. Janney looking for options, sends it over to Luke Bennett on the right wing. Hayes up top. Lane Frank, left corner, sends it into Bryson Montag, who sends it back out to Chris Janney. Chris Janney splits the defense, but can't get it to go off the glass. Bryson Montag is there for the putback, though. 56-42. Make that 58-42 as Kevon Riley answers on the other end. Junction City ahead, 5:08 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Chris Janney up top. Now to Bennett in the left corner. They throw it to Montag down low, and he's fouled. First foul of the quarter on Junction City. They're going to call it a shooting foul, so Bryson Montag will head to the line. Now the officials will come together. Junction City is arguing that that should not have been a shooting foul. And they're changing the call. So Bryson Montag will not shoot free throws. Aiden Hayes will inbound. Luke Bennett in the left corner. Throws it up top to Aiden Hayes, who's bumped as he came down for it. And now he's called for a charge. That's a tough break for Henley. First a non-call and then a charge call. It's Junction City ball, 4:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Tigers up 58-42. Ball loose, they fight for it, and a tie-up is called. It was in the left corner in the Junction City front court. Possession arrow favors Henley. Hayes brings it up. Janney, left side. Lane Frank, left corner. Hayes, right wing. Montag, right corner. Sends it in to Lane Frank, who pulls up from the right short corner and misses. Rebounded by Cooper Rothenberger. Sends it up to Tylen Franks, and a foul called in the left lane. Kevon Riley was on the receiving end of that one. Third foul of the quarter on Henley. Count is 3-1 in favor of Junction City. Kevon Riley throws a lob into Cooper Rothenberger, who powers his way in for the shot. Misses. Putback won't go for Riley. Rebound comes to Rothenberger, and Rothenberger is fouled. Riley to inbound. Riley sends it into Walker. Walker too strong on the layup. Gets his own miss though, but his pocket is picked by Luke Bennett. Bennett brings it across half court. Bennett on the right wing. Back up to Aiden Hayes. Chris Janney, left slot, sends it down to Lane Frank in the left corner. Frank dribbles in, sends it back out to Janney. Now over to Aiden Hayes on the right side. On the right block, turning and converting on the jumper is Luke Bennett. Henley now down 58-44, 3:25 to go in the game as Montag fouls Rothenberger at half court. Jack Gamby and Avery Thomas are going to check in for Junction City. It's the fifth foul of the quarter on Henley, so it'll send Cooper Rothenberger to the free throw line. He misses the first one off the back of the rim as Gamby and Thomas check in for Tylen Franks and Grant Barnes. Rothenberger getting set for his second free throw. He makes it, so Junction City up 59-44, 3:20 to go in this game. On the right side is Hayes. Right corner, Montag. Right wing, Hayes. Hayes fires it into the left corner for Bennett, who goes in and out on a three. Rebounded and sent up to Cooper Rothenberger. Rothenberger to Gamby. In the right corner, back to Rothenberger, now back up top to Thomas. Now they send it to Gamby in the left corner. Up top, Rothenberger thought about a three, instead gives it to Walker on the right side. Now they find a cutting Riley in the right lane, who dribbles it out to the right corner. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Riley has to do something here. Step back is no good. Rebounded by Gamby. It goes out of bounds. Oh, it's saved from going out of bounds by Avery Thomas, but it comes to Henley, who brings it up court. This is Hayes. Pass tipped and intercepted. Wide open is Kevon Riley, and he lays it in. 61-44. Junction City ahead, 2:10 to go. Janney up top. Hayes on the right side. Left corner, Lane Frank pulls up, in and out and back in goes the three. That makes it 61-47. A minute 56 to go, and Luke Hammond calls timeout. We'll take one, too. I'm Matt Bowling. You're listening to Henley Basketball, 104.3 and 960 Sports, and watching on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Welcome back. Junction City up 61-47 over Henley coming out of this timeout. A minute 50 to go in the game as Cooper Rothenberger brings it up court. Walker on the right side, up top to Thomas. They're just throwing it around pretty quickly. Up top, Gamby. Pass tipped off the hands of Avery Thomas, out of bounds. It's Henley ball with a minute 30 to go. This is Peyton Lickner now checking in for Bryson Montag. Looks like Finn Charlton is getting ready to do the same, so Luke Hammond letting his reserves get some action here in the final minute and a half. Pass stolen, thrown ahead to Riley, and Riley lays it in. Uncontested. He's had several of those tonight. 63-47 as Lane Frank connects on a three, make that 63-50, and Luke Hammond uses his final timeout with a minute 4 to go. We'll be right back. You're listening to Henley Basketball on 104.3 and 960 and watching on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
.47 seconds to go here in this one. Finn Charlton and Peyton Lickner have checked in for Henley. 9 seconds left on the shot clock for Junction City. Gamby has it at the right elbow, gets it to Kevon Riley, who dribbles it to the right elbow, pulls up, and connects. 65-50, Tigers up, 25 seconds to go. Pass almost intercepted by Riley, who tips it out of bounds. Lane Frank will inbound. Joe Janney to Lane Frank. Frank almost pulled up but nearly slid. Able to get the pass off to Janney. Now Frank on the left wing, 12 seconds to go. In the left corner, Charlton dribbles it in, has it stolen. And another pass ahead to Riley, who lays it in. That's been a great connection for Junction City tonight as the buzzer sounds on a 67-50 win for the Tigers. Henley missing Marcus McCready and TJ Chavez. Played the number one team in 4A, relatively close for most of the game, but ultimately kind of ran out of gas in the final 8 minutes. We'll take a break. We'll get you some final stats when we come back. Don't go away just yet. I'm Matt Bowling. You're listening to Henley Basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and watching on mybasin.com.
All I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever. Wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Comfortable corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Welcome back. Junction City 67, Henley 50, your final score here on the nightcap of day 2 at the Sisters Shootout. Hornets playing with really a 7-player rotation in the absences of Marcus McCready and TJ Chavez. Outside of a couple stretches, they played Junction City, ranked number 1 in the 4A computer rankings fairly evenly, but ultimately ran out of gas in the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at the final scoring here first for the winning team, Junction City. Cooper Rothenberger led the Tigers with 18 points, followed by Kevon Riley, who had 16. Jack Gamby had 15. Levi Walker had 8. Avery Thomas had 7. and Tylen Franks had 3. For Henley, it was Lane Frank, the leading scorer, with 13 points. Luke Bennett with 12. Owen Harper with 9. Aiden Hayes and Chris Janney each with 7. And Bryson Montag with 2. All right, we've got one more break to take. When we come back, we will take a look at what's ahead tomorrow for the Hornets. Don't go away just yet. I'm Matt Bowling. You're listening to Henley Basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and watching on mybasin.com.
During I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Welcome back. Henley loses 3 in a row for the first time since the 2019-20 season. They go down 67-50 to number 1 Junction City tonight. Although you have to put an asterisk, really, on 2 of those 3 losses. Their last 2, they have been without their excellent big man, Marcus McCready. Still, though, Henley will have a great chance to snap that losing streak tomorrow in the finale here at the Sisters Shootout as they face Sweet Home. Sweet Home Huskies coming in 2-8. They are on a 7-game losing streak. So should be a good chance for a shorthanded Henley to perhaps end this weekend on a positive note. Tip-off is scheduled for 2 o'clock. We will be bringing you that game here on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com. We will also be airing the girls' game against Banks at noon right beforehand. So we will try to get to the start of the boys' game on time. Although if the girls' game were to run long, that may complicate things for us. But as always, we will do our best. All right, that about does it for me here at Sisters High School tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I'm Matt Bowling. You've been listening to Henley Basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and watching on mybasin.com. 67-53, your final score. Henley loses to Junction City.